Right now here at noon, Hurricane Helene heading right toward Florida. The entire state on alert, with it expected to make landfall tonight as a powerful Category 4 hurricane.
You've actually run one of these races before in a tropical storm.
This tropical storm Ophelia. That one wasn't so bad because it wasn't cold. Well, I shouldn't say it wasn't so bad. It was another version of bad. That was insane. But it wasn't cold. Colder, but not cold.
It was like a typhoon, though.
It was brutal. It's tropical storm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was something.
Well, you might have that this week.
Yeah, tornado's supposed to be coming through here.
Well, the hurricane's going to hit, maybe be like a Category 3. I think I probably haven't been paying as close of attention as what I should be. I think it's going to hit like the Panhandle and then dissipate and then turn into all kinds of mess for up here.
They'll turn into another tropical storm then. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be Thursday night, Friday morning. So you're not going to be running in it, but
No.
it's going to rain a lot.
Yep.
It might be a mess.
In the meantime, we're going to start here. Helene is making its way through Georgia right now as a tropical storm. More than 60 million people are currently under watches and warnings.
Thousands of us waking up this morning shocked by the devastation that rough weather brought.
Literally, this hurricane, it looks like a 250-mile wide tornado has hit.
What's happening Saturday, September 28th, here in lovely Augusta. I'm standing in an amphitheater here. Normally I would have done this thing on a stage, but you can see it's underwater. Hurricane Helene wreaked some havoc down here. I just got done running. There's trees down all over the place. The safety of the Augusta people led to Ironman canceling the event. Good choice. It's just a physical event. In the big scheme of things, it's pretty irrelevant. But, you know, once again, overcoming adversity, which I'm known for doing. A little bit of a, letdown knowing that the race was canceled, but turning it into a positive where we just get to relax, enjoy a beautiful day down here in Augusta, although the streets are a mess. We're going to show you some of that footage in a little bit, but big scheme of things, everybody's safe. Everybody's okay, and onward to the next one next Sunday at Ironman Waco, Texas for Ironman number 121. Have a great day, be grateful, be humble, and be empathetic to people that are really suffering out there. 200,000 people, I think, without electricity right now. Fortunately, our hotel has it, and just another reminder of what is important in life and what can be dealt with pretty easily. Take care of yourself and each other. So my second book, There's More Than One Way to Get to Cleveland. There's 4 big ideas. And with the Augusta hurricane, number 3 comes to mind. And that is we are not immune to life's hardships. Obviously, having Hurricane Helene roll through Augusta was a hardship. But these are the things in recovery that I try to get across to people in my counseling sessions, that just because there's a hardship, it doesn't mean we have to drink over it or self-destruct, but rather it gives us an opportunity to reflect, plan, and act accordingly to deal with whatever is being thrown at us, even if it's a hurricane.
I've been traveling around with oddball Ironman Todd Crandell. Oddball because he is like savant level goofy, silly, immature, which resonates with me. Yeah, for 4 months I've been traveling with him. We went to Muskoka, Ontario, Muncie, Indiana, Sandusky, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky. Soon he's going to go to Waco, Texas, Wilmington, North Carolina. Right now we're in Augusta, Georgia. And honestly, I thought I'd be coming to these events, these trips, watching him do his push-ups, run around, prance to the nearest vegan protein source, but like that hasn't been the case. Running, racing for recovery obviously takes a lot, but how much work he does while he's on the road for it is pretty intense. Like, he wakes up at 4 a.m. and between 4 and 7, I have no idea what he's doing. I'm not awake. 7 a.m. he runs like a 4-mile run. 7:30 to 8 he's doing stretching. 8 to 9 he's on the phone, whether it's with his business partner in Spain, his administrative assistant, the office manager. 9 to 12 he's running IOP, intensive outpatient treatment. 12 to 2:30 he's either running a mental health group or in on the call via Zoom, listening to it and adding his 2 cents. From 2:30 to 3:30 he might do like a one-on-one telehealth counseling, and then 3:30 towards the rest of the day he's like nonstop on the phone. The schedule is nuts because in 2 days he's going to be swimming 2 miles, biking like 50 miles, and then running a half marathon. Shit is nuts. I couldn't do this. I wouldn't want to do this. And so it's weird because he is such a goofball, but he's doing pretty serious work, emotionally draining and obviously physically draining.
Don't. Why are you touching the bread?
Why did he even open it?
Does sarcasm run heavy in your family?
Well, first of all, I don't want to be here. Second of all, yes, it does. It does, yeah.
Yeah, this will be good. Yeah, 121 of them.
You're good at all the areas of self-care necessary in the days leading up to a race, except for
Sleep.
Mm-hmm. Why is it a constant battle for you?
I haven't figured that out. I haven't figured that out. I'm learning. I can tell when I'm gonna have a good night's sleep.
How?
I think it's a lot of from exhaustion. I get to a point where I'm like, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna sleep well, which doesn't. That's good, but it's not ideal. I think I battle with a bunch of stuff subconsciously that affects me when I'm sleeping.
Your brain's spinning,
Yeah.
ticking?
A lot of stuff still going, that goes on. I'm cognizant of it, working on it. It's getting better. I have a lot of broken sleep.
Question. I was drinking and using drugs to fill a void, and we've talked about this. Most people understand the concept of filling a void within yourself with anything. Food, alcohol, gambling, sex addiction. Were we born with that void in us?
No, the void is created.
By trauma.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I have not talked about this publicly, and it's a bit of a war story on one thing, but the other is it's sad. You're talking, and this kind of answers why I still have a hard time of accepting goodness. I was hanging out with a girl, don't know her name, there was no sex involved. She was a fan of Poison. I think I took her to see them in Detroit, but they must have been Xanax. It was some type of downer. And I vaguely remember this, but she had told me about it a couple days later. I spent like 4 or 5 days with her, and I was just out of it, taking those downers and drinking. And she said that I was taking so many pills, I was so out of it that I was trying to take them and missing my mouth, and they were just like falling. And she said when she was watching me do this, she was like crying, looking at me going, God, this dude's such a good guy, and look at this. And her telling me that, my best friend one time when he came home from college, he's like, I go, hey man, let's go hang out. And he goes, I'm not watching you get effed up tonight. And I go, I won't, and of course I took a bunch of stuff before he came around, because we were talking about you're drinking a 6 before you go out. and it started to kick in, and we were sitting in a bar, and he looked at me and goes, "You're fucked up." And I was trying with everything I had to, "No, I'm not, I'm okay." And he left. Mm-hmm. He goes, "I'm done with this crap," you know. I'm bringing these up. And one more thing, my next door neighbor moved in with me above my dad's office. He lasted one weekend, one Memorial Day weekend, because I just was annihilated. Yep. And he said, I was sitting in front of my stereo playing "Please Don't Judas Me" by Nazareth, which is about getting screwed over. Just out of my mind, playing that song over and over and over, and he was watching me just sob. And he's like, "I've never seen a more caring, funny, charismatic, broken human being in
Hell
my
bent on
life."
self-destruction.
Yeah, and that defines me. It's these extremes of the good qualities I have and this extreme of some deep stuff that is not unique from anybody else who has it. And it still affects me in stuff like not being able to take a compliment or whatever,
and that's not innate. You didn't have that when you were born. That's a result of trauma.
And I can look back at what's been told of me, what happened, how I was as a kid, and I'm like, yeah, this has been a problem for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. There was a girl in 5th grade that got me a shirt, a black shirt with this lettering on it that said, "I don't get mad, I get even."
In 5th grade?
5th grade. That's funny.
That's a future Ironman.
You're right. That's like, yeah, this is, and that's why people, they either love me or they hate me. I've done some stuff, man, and I have to stop downplaying my achievements over 3 decades of being sober and just really start embracing them. And maybe that's why we haven't grown social media wise yet. Maybe I'm not ready for it because I haven't fully stepped into myself and embraced everything that I've done. Because show me somebody else who's done what I've done on the whole package. I'm not talking about just getting sober. I'm not talking about having a master's degree. I'm not talking about, but you put it all together, you know, show me somebody who's done it. And I am that guy. And by God, I'm going to start talking about it, and people can do whatever they want with it. And that's just what was on my mind.